Franchise Report, reporting live.
Franchise in the building. Franchise report in effect as it goes on another mother effing day. Hot Night Rise not here today, but the homie Ferg in the building. Lovely Leticia here. And special guest today, we have the one, the only Chill Shump in the building. What up, family?
What's going on with you, homie? How y'all doing today?
Another day, another
Tisha, how you
day.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Holding it down.
So first of all, I want to say it's an honor to have you sitting here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and taking that drive.
Appreciate you.
Where you from?
Born and raised in Britain, Connecticut. CT all day.
CT all day,
All day.
baby. And
All
what
day.
is it exactly that you do?
I'm a producer, curator, culture shocker, music educator, beat coach, you name it.
What pays the bills?
Yeah. All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
100%.
All right. So I don't even know where to start with you because you just got so much going on, right? So I'm gonna start from producing. How long you been producing for?
For about like a good 15 years plus, you know? I mean, it's always been a hobby. I ain't really started taking it serious until like I was kind of hitting that 21, 22-year-old point, you know what I'm saying? And then just kind of kept it going from there. And then, just to keep going with it. One thing after another.
Just to be a jerk. So you started at 21 and you've been doing it for 25 years. So let me just do the math.
Nah. Hold up.
You
You misheard. 15.
Well, he caught that quick, boy. He caught that.
All right. So producing for 15 years.
Yeah.
So what year would you say? About 2000 and...
I would say 2017 is when it started kicking on.
2017 is when it started kicking on.
Yeah. So, I mean, long story short, man, I done sat there and scrapped a little bit of money I had, sat there, bought studio equipment, put it right down in mom's basement, started recording a lot of people, like just around the community. And I was getting the sessions in because I was charging less than the others.
Right.
Truth be told, like, a little $150 I was making a day was feeding my family. You know what I'm saying? It was feeding my kids. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nothing wrong with that, family.
you know, we kept it moving. One thing after another. I did a beat showcase out in CT. Bumped into this dude named Knox Beats. Then after that, he ended up swinging me the plug to Jordan Lucas, and I ended up making or producing Just Because for his album, the 508 album that he just dropped. It wasn't he just dropped, but he dropped that in 2017.
Okay.
Went back home, kept doing my thing. It's one little young, vibrant kid. His name's Zoe. Recipe Zoe, Gangstalicious. He was doing his thing out in CT. Me and him was working together, making big hits. Unfortunately, he lost his life to the police. It was a tragic hit for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I go to his charity event just to help him raise money for his funeral, him and his family. And this one girl just pop up to me. She's like, "Yo, you Shump, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What's up? My name's Snow. I see what you're doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just keep this going." So there's a whole dance movement in CT. You know what I'm saying? Avenue, freaking it, dumbing out. You know what I mean? I helped build that sound. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what put me in a good position in CT wise, as far as me being a producer. I produce this one record, make the beat for the girl. She dances on it. Let that be that. You know what I'm saying? A couple months pass by. She hits me up talking about, "Hey, yo, I want to rap now. I want to rap now. So do you mind if I use this beat? I got a song idea for it." And truth be told, Doug, I could have sat there and said anything to derail my success or further success from that point. But it was just in me to sit there and say, "Go ahead, rock out." You know what I'm saying? So she ended up making a song on it called Yank Rhythm. We produced it, built it together. It dropped in, I want to say, end of May 2018. That song went crazy in the streets. Stupid.
It was in my library.
You know what I'm saying? It went crazy. The girl got a record deal off of one record only.
Wow.
Probably one of the most strongest records in CT, for real, man. You name it. The record was getting spun like it was no tomorrow. You would think, like, when it just came out, it's getting spun on the radio at least 7 times a day, like it was on rotation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Buck and Hot 937 and all that.
My guy right there.
Absolutely. They held us down. Big time. She ends up signing the Island Def Jam. And the lawyer that I had ended up swinging me to the next position, which was basically producing a beat for Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? And it happened right. It was kind of like a one after another type of situation. We did the remix on it, a remix for Yank Rhythm. Shout out to Young and May for killing the remix. And then it wasn't too shortly after, they reached out. They're like, all right, you know, send some beats to Republic. And then one of the beats ended up going for Lil Wayne's funeral album. Shout out to Lil Wayne for giving me, just taking a shot on me. Making, making it happen for me. You know what I'm saying? Big things end up happening from that. Album ended up going gold, #1 on billboards. You know what I'm saying? It worked this way. It worked this position to me. It was kind of like right around when the album dropped. It was right when the pandemic just hit. So it was a little bit of a pressure and pull from that. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I went through adversity. You know what I'm saying? I had to lose a couple things. You know what I mean? I ended up losing the studio, losing the whip. You know what I mean? And losing bass, and that was my income. That was my income.
Because of the pandemic.
That was gonna be my question, because you brought all your equipment in 2017?
Yeah.
So just as you're getting to learn every single button on there, bang, shut down the world.
Yeah, and it's so and just the things, man. Long story short, there was more that happened to that, but of course, you know what I'm saying, we ended up losing everything. Out of necessity, of course, I needed to get a job, right? So my man hooked me up with a job working at the public school system in New Britain.
Okay.
So I'm in the middle school as a behavior tech.
Okay.
Simply come up with a simple idea to be like, all right, yo, why don't I come up with an incentive just to keep these kids doing the right thing? I come up with an after school program teaching kids how to make beats. You know what I'm saying? So I got these little 6 to 10 youngins in there. They anywhere between probably 11 to 14. But they're all super zeroed in this program that I'm teaching them how to make. I sit there and record me teaching one kid how to make a beat from start to finish. Sit there, leave it alone. We get into Christmas break. I just throw it up on TikTok. It goes extremely viral.
That's how I seen you.
Viral, yeah.
That's where I seen you at.
Caught millions of views on TikTok. Following goes crazy.
Now, who threw it up? Just the kid just randomly threw it
up?
I
did it.
You threw yourself dancing in the background to your own beat and
basically did some Diddy shit. I mean, but
gotta be something to it. Gotta be a little bit more than me.
Yeah.
Don't try to blame me.
But nah, I mean, truth be told, man, there's no strategic planning or marketing behind it. I just threw the beat up on TikTok just because I haven't posted nothing on TikTok in months.
There's no answer to actually knowing how to do it. Same thing happened with me. Right. Saturday night, one of the rappers came to the club. I was like, I'm gonna just randomly throw your video up at 12:30 at night on TikTok. Fam, I woke up the next morning,
going off the roof.
Yes.
What just happened?
Off the roof. You know what I'm saying? So, I've always heard this. I mean, my man told me this, right? Because when it was all going, I didn't really understand how to really boggle it up, but he was like, bro, there's going viral for doing something funny or stupid, right? But there's also going viral with a purpose or a substance.
For good content.
For good content. And I think that's what you just did. You know what I mean? So it was like it easily clicked to me to be like, all right, yo, keep feeding into this. So now, like, I'm just throwing up content with me teaching kids how to make beats, and the world's loving it. One thing led to another. Now it's, hey, we got this middle school in Miami that would love for you to come down here to do the same thing, run a workshop for us. Hey, our after school program in the Bronx would do whatever they had to do to get you out here. Hey, I'm the president of public education music system in Toronto, Canada. I'll fly you out here just to sit there so you could come out here and teach my teachers what you teach to your kids because it resonates to them so well. So there you go. There we go. Right? So now I sat there and felt like I cracked the fucking code. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, this could go further than me just teaching the kid. This could go as far as me reforming how music education goes in the school systems. So now what do I do after that? Me and my partner, shout out to my man Mud, we build our own nonprofit organization. And our nonprofit organization is literally an incubator system for kids who want to learn how to make beats, photography, videography, coding, anything in music, entertainment, business, you name it. You know what I'm saying? We feed it because we've been through it. You know what I mean? So that's my right now motion.
What's the ages of the kids?
Anywhere between 11 to 17.
Answer the question.
Yes.
This is an honest question.
Hit me.
What's harder to teach? The 11-year-olds or the 17-year-olds that think they know it all?
It's definitely the 11-year-olds.
All right.
11 years?
Yeah. No, listen, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, and it's not no shade, but for me,
You would
like, the
think
younger.
It's hard to get their focus though.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Hard to get
Attention
their focus.
span is not as.
It's not as fast.
Yeah, it's not as fast or it's not as strong.
But
You know what I'm saying?
a teenager thinks they know it all.
Right.
But
They
you're-
think they know it all.
Right. No, that too though. So at least what seems to be working with me, or like what works best to me, is the kids that's in the tweener spaces. You know what I'm saying? So we got and again, granted, right? Not every kid is going to go through this system and be like the next Timbo or the next celeb photography or everything like that. They're not going to be that person, of course. But if it sparks a mind for you to sit there and be great at something, that's a win. You know what I'm saying? If you sit there and say, you know what, I'm not necessarily a beat maker, but you know what, I like the business shit, so I'm about to become a manager. And you do your thing at that, or you sat there and say, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna go to school for this, and then I'm gonna get into these buildings as an A&R, these label buildings as an A&R. It's a win. It's a win.
How long was you a behavioral specialist before you went viral?
About like a year and some change.
Now, do you think that you having the work with these kids before actually helped you be able to work with them and deal with them in that way?
100%. I end up learning that I have a passion with dealing with children. You know what I'm saying? Like, truth be told, like, and at first it wasn't like, it didn't necessarily resonate. 'Cause I'm like, yo, damn, they kind of bad in here. But it was like, it's like this, and I learned.
It's just something you didn't expect.
You feel me?
It was not on your bucket.
Right. You know what I mean? But
all I wanted to do was blend mixtapes.
It's-
To come up here and talk, I just was not. And wake up in the morning, like, really? Morning show?
You dig?
It was not in the pit, but
It worked out.
it worked out.
So I think it was like, at least to me, what I'm learning with dealing with the kids, especially with dealing with kids, it's like in my job position. My job is to make sure just these kids are doing the right thing at school. It's going to, your day is going to decipher how easy it gets depending on how well your relationship is with the kid. If you got a little badass that be wilding all day and out, in and out, you gonna sit there and cuss him out till he's blue, or sit there and be like, oh, well, you know, this is it, I'm calling your mom, you're getting home, you get suspended. No, if you do that all the time, they already know when he see you, it's up. It's up. So you can't even come at them in a voice of reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let them. You gotta let them run over you some couple times. You gotta be like, sometimes I'll be sitting there, I'll talk to the kid I know what got a problem with me. Like, hey, what's going on, Johnny? He be like, man, get the hell out of my face. You know what I'm saying? And I'll keep chucking at it every day. I'll keep chucking at it. Y'all see his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, yo, I see you guys doing your thing over there. All right, yo, the fit is fly. And then before you know it, they start opening up. You know what I mean? So it was one of them things where it's like, it's a real philosophy behind it, but it's worked for me in like the best cases.
Look how you learned all that without a college education.
Right.
Look at
Go to
that.
college.
So you got a
100%.
new love for this.
Did not go to college.
Look at
for
that.
either for behavioral specialist or for producing.
Yep. Well, I'm sorry, say it again.
Did you go to school? You didn't go to school for
Neither.
Okay, for
Neither.
neither. Okay.
You know what? What? Neither one of us asked this. You got kids?
Yes, I got
How many?
two my babies.
Boys and
Okay.
girls?
Girls.
Girls. Okay.
Yes.
What's the
How
ages?
old?
I got one that's just turned 6, the other one's about to be 9.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
a super dad to them. They're like,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty annoying. I'm pretty annoying. They just like, oh, bro, like, get out my face. Like, I don't want to be in your TikTok. Don't want to be in your TikTok, fam. Get out of here.
So you still produce,
Yes.
and
I'm always produce
you're always gonna produce.
to the day I die.
Have you done any competitions lately?
So I'm not the beat battle guy, yo.
No, you're not?
Nah, absolutely not. Like, I just don't feel, truthfully, if you ask me, that doesn't form the best, it doesn't give the best form of production from Shump. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm the guy that's going to produce a beat, but of course, I need the artist in there. I need the personnel. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm going to help you paint that picture,
Okay.
and it's going to be a Picasso. You know what I'm saying? So,
Speaking of music and painting pictures in Picasso, which means your instruments, your tools.
yes.
What was your first instrument and what is your baby now? Like, what did you first start making? Like, I started off with Fruity Loops for a little while.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So what did you start with, and now what is your, like, this is my baby right here. Like, I
So-
know this in and out.
The
Where'd you start
first form of music I ever began to play was the drums.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I was
Were you a church baby?
It wasn't even, yeah, I mean, I grew up in the church, but it wasn't even from the church. I actually drummed for a drill team.
Okay.
And like a step team, for real, for real. I was on the snare. And that's how I learned. You know what I'm saying? Then I was about, I want to say, yeah, again, like I was like 14, 15. And then my homeboy came downstairs and downloaded, I guess I'm showing my age, he had a floppy disk of the FL version of demo version of Fruity Loops.
There we go, baby.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he popped that into my mom's computer, and I was like, yo, bro, what the hell is this? And he was like, this is Fruity Loops. I said, hey, yo.
A big board with squares on it. That's all it was. So a big board with squares on it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, bro, what is this? He's like, nah, dog, you make beats on this. And I was like, oh, teach me that. And then he just gave me the 1, 2, 3, and I was hooked. Bro, my hood didn't see me for like 3 months. Like 3 months, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like that was the start of the rest of my life.
And now, what is it that you love? What is your...
Still making beats, but you know, obviously.
What's the tool? Like, what do you use now?
Yeah.
Oh, still FL Studio.
Still?
100%.
Okay.
Really?
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I always say this, like when I die, like the little Fruity Loop case is gonna be in my casket. Swear.
FL and that little...
Swear.
So what is your motivation to create? Like, how, when you're in the studio, what is it that helps you to create?
Just to get me to inspo. It really could be anything. I'll be honest with you, I'm not the type of guy to walk into the studio unmotivated.
Oh, you rap too? You rap too? All right.
No, I don't rap.
Did you ever rap? You never rap?
I gave rap in 5 seconds. That was it for me. That was it for me.
So yeah. So what?
Yeah. You feel me? Like I could tell. I could admit where it's like, all right, bro. Like that's not you. That's not you.
So you didn't like rapping. So did I ask what made you start producing? What made you get into beat making?
Yeah. The homie. Homie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
My homie, he came through with
floppy
it.
disk.
Okay.
But to as far as me and the inspo, right? It could be. I'll be honest. I don't like going into the studio I'm unmotivated, but if I need to find it, I'll be honest with you, I'm hopping on YouTube a lot.
Okay.
I'm hopping on YouTube a lot. I'm at least these days. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking up. Either I'm gonna search random type of old. I'm sample driven. I just, you feel me? I want to throw that out there. I'm a real sample driven producer. Some of my biggest records were sampled. How at least Connecticut knows me is that they need. Check your boy out. I see it, gangster.
We doing over here.
Where the cognac at, dog? Shit.
Cognac over there, but
Hey, all right, it's all good. So, I mean, like with me, I'm a search random, right? I'm gonna search 70s Japanese jazz, and then see how
that's a thing.
Yes, and then see how far the rabbit hole goes. You know what I'm saying? And now you could get into a crazy, you could find yourself something dope just off of doing things like that alone. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Sometimes I watch a podcast just to get inspo. You know what I mean? Like if somebody motivated me enough, I'm like, yo, man, damn. I feel like making something inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's kind of where it goes.
So if you could describe yourself in 3 producers, who would you describe yourself as?
Dylon, and Dylon. Nah.
He wasn't a producer. He never got a song done. He wasn't a producer.
So, all right, if I could get 3 producers right now, inspos are the ones I'd sit there and say I took something from. I definitely took something from Swiss Beats, 100%.
Okay.
Definitely took something from A-Rap Music, 100%.
Who A-Rap, what up?
Yeah, definitely. He from out here, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to him. And if I could get one more, Alchemist. Let's get
okay.
Yes.
So if you could sit down with 3 producers to get information from, to help you further along your career, what producers would those be?
Yeah, definitely Swiss, 100%. Just because of how far he made it. Timbaland, because I feel like he's also that guy that's going to keep renewing reinventing himself.
Okay.
And that's not easy. That's not easy. So if there's something I'll want to grab, I'll definitely grab a page or 2 or 5 from his book.
Grab one of them. Where's your boy at? The boy that was just rapping. Get him back, man. Grab one of them.
Them, and if I could say one more that I could say, Just Blaze. What am I'm tripping? Cause I ain't gonna lie, like he was a producer. Between him and Ye, right? And don't get me wrong, Ye's too, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm low key scared of Ye. But like, Just Blaze was in the in-house of Rockefeller when Rockefeller was a complete juggernaut, and he played a big part in that. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me, bro, like what the, like, where was your head at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want that type of.
If you didn't like this,
you know? Come on now.
If you didn't like this,
come on now. You feel me?
Go ahead, ask him that question.
I had 21 questions for you, honestly. Like, I wrote down so many questions because I was like, I can't let this opportunity pass by.
Yeah. Nah, we here. Here.
Who's your mentor right now?
Yo, you're crazy. You're crazy with that one. That's crazy. Who's my mentor?
Yes.
Like somebody I actually talk to
talk to help you along.
Okay.
Jesus.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Are you a church person?
Yeah.
I believe in God 100%.
Okay.
The last time you been to church though?
2 months ago.
I think.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm just going. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm come clean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not every Sunday.
Don't feel bad. My mom owns a church. I've been maybe 8 months ago. Do not feel bad.
That is a church boy right there. Okay.
But I mean, again, like, if there's one person I can sit there and say that, like, all right, that's my inspo. You inspire me. And this is just me not even knowing the person. It's Nipsey Hussle. I got Nipsey Hussle tatted right here in my goddamn forearm. And I'm keeping stack with you. It's not even one of the situations where it was like, yo, I fucked with his music heavy. Nah, I just believed what he was doing. You feel me? You took your people and took your people places. You know what I'm saying? You sat there and built shit for your community so they could go back home to. You know what I'm saying? You gave everybody in your hood hope.
And you brought sides together.
You feel me?
Right.
Gang banging or not. You know what I'm saying? Gang banging or not. You made that stature and and set that precedence to your whole city, let alone world. You know what I mean? And to me, that's inspirational.
Right.
You know what I mean? The music, to me, with him was just a plus. You know, he did everything else. He owned so many businesses. He was a smart individual. And this is coming from your random Crenshaw gangbanger. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, I got a couple more questions. So, have you ever made a beat?
She's just drilling you today.
Have you ever made a beat?
Let's get it.
Have you ever made a beat and given it to someone and they rapped over it and you was like, nah, homie, that's not it?
Hell yeah.
A couple of times?
I want to know.
Hell yeah. I ain't about to throw them out there. Niggas back home know what the deal is, though. You know what I'm saying?
Whisper it to me and I'll throw it out there. I want to know.
Nah, but the thing about it is, though, like, I'm not.
I want
to know. Oh, it's getting wicked in here, huh? It's getting wicked. Nah, but I'm gonna say this, like, yeah, of course. I mean, I've heard records, and I'll just sit there and say, I'll tell them, and it's not even coming from a place where I'm about to bash you. It's just I'm telling them, like, yo, this is not it. So how about this? Let's set a session, and we go through it together. You know what I mean? At least in that way, if it's revised, I can sit there and make the best of it I can. You know what I'm saying? Save it and somewhat, I ain't gonna sit there and say salvage, but restore it in the best way I can. You know what I'm saying?
Who are some of the top artists from CT you worked with?
Sholey. Shout out to my dog Sholey, man.
Sholey.
Absolutely, man. That's bro.
My nigga.
That's bro. I'll be honest with you, and this is not even coming from a cocky place, but it is. I've worked with the whole state. So, Sholey, Annoyed, Fuego Bass. That's my dog too.
Shout out to Fuego.
Yeah, Big Bass. That's my guy. Snow. Shoot. Oh my gosh, the list go on. Ty Henny. Anybody in CT that's done something, I've played some type of role. And I ain't gonna lie, man. There's been some artists where I played pivotal roles too. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
before I ask my last two final questions.
Yeah.
Somebody that you have not worked with, or somebody that let me take that back. Somebody that's big that you want to work with.
It's usually whoever's in front of my face. So I'm not gonna lie to you,
No,
but
I'm talking about like Jay-Z.
yeah, like of course, like anybody, yeah, of course, yeah. Hell yeah, I want to get in the booth for Drake. I got some heat for Drake, 100%. You know what I mean? But it's like to me, right? It serves that much more of a purpose in serving for a producer if you break an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Look what London on the Track did with Thug, bro. You dig? Like it was a he sat there and made a few of his biggest records, his first 3 initial pivotal records, and he went up, and it set him up for life. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, it's like, all right, yo, like let me get in that position where there's an artist that got the potential, and let me bring that out of him. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna benefit them and me.
So you dumped the production, right?
Yes,
You done the producing.
Yes.
Right now you're doing the beat making. You're traveling, doing. What is your goal from here?
So now I'm wearing the hat of the beat coach. I didn't deem it. TikTok and Instagram deemed it. But it was. I'll be honest with you. Like now, it's my main focus has been what I've been able, or what I'm going to be able to give out to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Producing is something that will always live in with me. It's not going nowhere. If you ask me, it's a much more maturing way of transitioning. You know what I'm saying? Being from a guy that's kind of always been on some limelight shit with producing to now, you know, giving it off to the youth. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of more of my step.
Isn't it so humbling? These kids don't even know who you are sometimes.
Yo, like, and it's crazy as hell, but it's like,
You know who I am? No.
but it's like facts.
You ain't my daddy.
Yo, facts, man. And it'd be like, yo, like, and you know, it's crazy. I swear to God, true story. I was chaperoning my school's school dance, and that Yank Rhythm song came on, and everybody in the whole room went stupid. And I'm just looking there like,
I have no clue.
zero.
No.
Zero, bro. Zero. And it was like, but you know what? It was like, at least to me, it was like, all right, yo, that's dope. You feel me? Like, this is something, like, at least to me, is setting into me like, yo, all right, that was a dope time in history. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, like, just trying to move on and be the best I can as the beat coach. You know, teaching kids everything I can as far as production. Yeah.
Talk to you,
All
family.
right.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is a 3-part question.
Let's do it.
Who's your top 5?
Yo, she's slick, huh? She went from
Rappers?
look. She broke her last question down into 3 other questions. She's slick, boy.
Your top
hustler.
5 rappers.
Rappers?
Yes.
All right, so I mean, I'm a Northeast East Coast baby, so
Let's go.
off the rip, I'm gonna say 50.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I grew up in that era. 50, Jada.
Okay.
Maybe an unpopular opinion, but Jewels was really like one. He was him.
Unpopular.
Mixtape,
I'll give you
mixtape. Jewels was him.
I'll give you unpopular.
You dig? Bat like a crack. You know what I'm saying? Like that was him. You dig?
Yeah, joints.
right.
For sure. And then if I could give
These
you
next
more.
these next two better count.
Hold on.
But at the same time, these
Hold on.
next two are under Jewel.
Hold
So
on.
let's hit
Hold on.
this.
Let's go.
Kendrick.
Okay.
I'm gonna give y'all that West Coast Kendrick.
Okay.
And then okay. Biasly, Styles P.
Franchise said you gotta go. No.
Biasly, Styles, but Styles is Styles is Styles.
Dope.
Styles is Styles, 100%.
No Hov.
No Nas.
No.
No Big L.
No.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Like I grew, like my, I guess you could say my headphone era, right? My headphone era was in between 2002 to like 2006, 7, 8. Wow, I'm bugging, Wayne. So I'm respectfully.
So who you kicking out?
Respectfully, I'm
You gonna
snatching
kick
out Styles.
Kick
Who
out
you
Joel?
kicking out? No, I was hoping it wasn't.
No.
Kick out
Joel. Who you kicking out? Who would you kick out?
Respectfully, I'm snatching out Styles.
Oh.
As an honorable mention.
Wait, I gotta know how
as
old
an honorable
are you?
mention and throwing in Wheezy. I'm 32.
I gotta know how old you're.
I'm 32.
Okay,
Yes.
that's why.
So like,
okay, you're young.
Again, like I said, my headphone era was like anywhere between 02 to almost going into 09.
Okay.
When Wheezy was dropping dedications and droughts and shit, and fucking the unit was going through their mixtape era, and Dipset was going through their mixtape era. Like that was like, oh shit, these are these niggas over here. All right, you know what I'm saying? But you know.
So 32.
Yep.
So that means you're kind of there, you're kind of not.
Right.
Your top 5 groups.
It's gonna be a struggle, but he got it.
Say it
Mobb
again.
Deep.
Top five groups.
Yeah.
Dipset.
Okay.
The unit.
Your family. I'm not too sure Dipset's a group. Man.
Nah, well, don't do my niggas, bro.
I'm
what
not
you
too
mean?
sure Dipset's
Hold
a
up.
group,
Why
man.
not? Why not?
I'll give it to you, but
No. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why
I
not?
think Dipset is a collective bunch of rappers.
Okay.
So would you say that about State Property too? State Property is a collective.
I would say State Property is a collective group of rappers.
Okay.
So what would you consider Dipset under the umbrella? Like what umbrella is Dipset under?
What do you mean? As for?
If you said they're a collective group of rappers,
Because they randomly came up when they want. Like Freaky used to rap. I didn't know that.
Fuck no. Freaky was the hype man. We know
But
that.
he's on the cover. He's on the cover.
Yeah. Give you one more in my. Yo, like, and this is unpopular, but I really was a big ass fan of Outkast. You like,
No, you got that.
Yeah. I was a real big fan of Outkast. For real.
You got that. So what was my last question? The last question was your top 5 producers.
Yeah. I ain't name it.
You gave me your 3 that you.
Well, I got your 3 influences. It's Swiss
Yes.
Beats. It's Timbaland.
Swiss will always stay at 1 for me.
Okay.
No, wait. I got 4. You got Swiss. You got Timbaland. You threw Just Blaze in there.
And
you
A-Rap
said-
music.
And A-Rap music.
Okay,
A-Rap.
so one more.
So then, if I could sit there and give you one more, can I revise that?
Oh, go. Let's go.
Like just like my top.
I'm gonna let
right?
you. I'm gonna let you do that.
Like
go ahead,
top.
Let's go.
All right.
Changing-
Swiss.
This guy's just changing
Nah,
names.
nope. So we gonna put Swiss at number 1. I feel like how Swiss just revamped and rejuvenated the sample game was stupid. Right after him will be Ye.
Okay.
All right. I just feel like Ye did some genius shit as a producer, dog. Like. Yeah, the motherfucker's a little cuckoo, but you know what? He's a goddamn evil genius. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Perfect way to describe him.
Right after that, I'll sit there and say, Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Yes.
I've been waiting
yes.
for you to say Dr. Dre all
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
I don't know why
yeah,
I was
for
waiting
sure.
for you to say that.
Nah, he's an orchestrator.
Okay.
I would say he like and Diddy too. I'm gonna throw Diddy right after that.
Okay.
Those are the guys that aren't necessarily pushing the buttons all the time. They're not necessarily doing this to make a beat. They're gonna be the ones to be like, yo, nah, we need this guy in here. Her voice is crazy. This pianist over here. You just know how to make just dope ass shit. The weed man, yeah, you got good weed. You gonna bring you two. And then come out with a crazy ass vibe. Undeniably. You know what I'm saying? And then the last person or the last producer I could sit there and say on a like just like my one of my old school favorites is Primo.
Family, I was waiting.
Yeah.
Yo, the whole time I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, yo, how am I gonna ask him? Like, yo, how do you not add Primo to this list based off the types you like?
For sure. Primo.
All right, but you came through with the Primo.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
it is. Family, it has been a pleasure
Likewise.
having you up here today.
Thank you
First
so
of all,
much.
out of respect, anything you want to say we didn't get to ask you?
Hey man, listen, just out of respect, I just want to say thank y'all. So the pleasure's mine.
I was glad for whoever told me. So we was at the I-95 brunch and somebody was
Yeah.
like, you need to talk to that guy right there. I was like, who is he? And they was like, just go talk to him. It was like, he's somebody you want to know. So I walked up to you, and
Absolutely, and we had a great conversation
yes,
too.
we did.
Yes.
So I appreciate
And she was
you.
fly then and fly now.
Thank you very much. Thank
You
you.
feel me?
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Let me flip the hair.
Absolutely.
Anyways.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
You don't call me Chill Shump for nothing, all right?
I appreciate you for
Thank
taking
you.
this drive. I definitely appreciate
Absolutely, it
you.
was nothing.
Like Franchise says, we appreciate the knowledge more than how you say
The
it?
bars. Sometimes
No.
I appreciate
Oh.
the knowledge more than the bars.
There
But
we
you
go.
didn't spit for us, so we appreciate all the jewels you dropped for us
For
tonight.
sure, for sure. Thank you guys, and it's a pleasure having me, and I appreciate y'all having me.
So everybody that's in the room, if you haven't connected with this man, make sure you connect with him.
And the best way to do that is, best way to find you?
Chill Shump on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, you name it. It's all there at Chill Shump.
How you feel about Threads?
Elon Musk better figure it out.
Are you
Better
actually
figure
on
it out? Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it. Yep.
I'm on it, but I'm like,
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a move, and it's going. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna get boot. I feel like Twitter low key is gonna be in the red because it's gonna get booted out by necessity. Okay. Real talk.
How did she get you into tech talk? Like, I don't know.
Listen, I don't know, yo. Like,
How she brought you here. How she got
don't get me started here, y'all. Don't even get me started.
well, again, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Definitely
pleasure.
appreciate the
Absolutely.
conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Chill Shump in the building, baby.